Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be trying the one marker challenge and I'm going to be colouring in this little kitten that I drew on some Bristol board, and her name is Daisy, and I added lots of little things around her and some daisies in the background, and I outlined this with my 0.6 uni pen liner here because I wanted to get some nice thick lines in. And next to the illustration I have my box of marker codes. I wrote down all the codes on little bits of paper and cut them out and put them in a box, and I wanted to pick it on screen so that you know that I'm not cheating. So here you see that I'm picking out the marker, and the colour that I chose, I was really happy with the choice because it turned out to be the 0 marker, which is the blender, and that's a really good marker. It's one of my favourites. I use it all the time in my illustrations. So here it is now, and as you can see with the code that I picked the right one out of the box, and if I open the cap you can see that it's a really nice colour and you can see the really rich juicy marker that it is, and I made sure that it was full too before I started. So let's get on with it. So I began by colouring in the kitten. I decided to try and utilise the brush nib of the marker here to give it a nice fur texture. So I coloured it with lots of little flicks. I think this was really effective as it made the kitten look fluffy. I also thought about the direction of the fur and tried to flick it in the direction that the fur would be. I started with the darker sections, layering the shadows and moving on to the lighter parts of the fur. For the highlights I left some gaps, allowing for the white of the paper to show through. So I also added some depth around the nose. I did this by adding some more layers, really, going as heavy as I could with the marker, because in a one marker challenge you have to do this, but there's only so much you can do with the layers because you've only got one colour, but I think it was quite effective here. So for the bow I coloured it fully with the marker. I wanted to concentrate on the shadows, so I layered up the inside of the bow and on the knot, and I wanted it to be a different texture to the fur because I wanted it to pop out and stand out a little bit, and I think this worked quite well. So for her body I did exactly the same technique that I used on the face, utilising the brush nib and giving little flicks and remembering to leave the white of the paper showing through for highlights. So for this challenge I really tried to vary the textures because there's only so much you can do with one marker. You can't build up too many layers of shadow, so I thought texture would be good instead. So for example the comb, I actually left mostly the white of the paper because I wanted it to be quite shiny, and for the cat food I did a stippling effect to kind of make it look like lots of little biscuits piled up on one. And for the wool, for the ball of wool that Daisy's about to play with, I kind of shaded it like I do with hair, so you kind of darker and then flicking out and blending it with the white of the paper, and this was really easy to do with this marker. Blending it in with the white of the paper was really easy. And also I did some stippling effect at the bottom of the cat and the shadows of the bowl and all the items because I wanted to kind of allude to a carpet texture rather than colouring the whole thing in. And I also left white the petals of the daisies because they are white, so that worked out well, and the fishbone. So do let me know how you think I got on in the comments down below, and let me know if you want me to do any more videos like this. And if you like this video, emotionally, leave a like down below as that really helps me out. So here is the final result. As you can see there's lots of different textures going on. I really like the kind of fluffy flicks in the fur and the darker shadows in the bow here, and all the different textures of all the little items, and also the use of white space in this picture. So that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye for now.